Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at some more Remix Cup battles. We're going to be using our newly made shiny Diggersby. Now, I've been finding these like crazy, and I have this great IV one. I've been catching good IV ones. Tapped on one, my Go Plus has found two. I already have an XL Diggersby, but I'm stacked up on XL Candy, so I thought I'd go ahead and make this Big Chungus, or should I say Miss Chungus. It looks like the Bugs Bunny colors, so it's pretty awesome. I like this shiny. Now, we also have Shadow Victreebel here with horrible IVs and defense. What is it? Yep, it doesn't really matter. You're going to still see it's still going to perform well. When people are like, why are you using garbage IVs? Why use that? Like, well, I mean, some of these Pokemon, this is what I have. I mean, I can go out there and find another one, but this is going to work fine. Shadow Victreebel is crazy good for these sets. And then, of course, we have our very nice Frostlass here with great PvP IVs. I forgot what rank this is, but it's definitely under 20. It's top 20. So we're looking good. Got the standard moves on that. Now for this first team here, what am I doing here? I got the Galarian Slowbro here. Well, we're just having a little fun. This is what most of my battles start off looking like. I start just testing out random things, knowing that it's not going to be the most solid team around, but seeing what we can pull off with it. And then later on, kind of building around the weaknesses we've been encountering and just making a good team in general. So for these YouTubers out here, free content for you. Go ahead. Twitch streamers, free content. Go for it. Be my guest. Okay. All right. So yeah, this Galarian Slowbro, I mean, we were successful for this battle here, but we were running into consistent hard counters to everything. Like, for instance, an Obstagoon was just destroying my team here. So we were going to take that off, and I was like, yeah, this isn't the best thing around here. And you're going to see we're going to get hard countered so many times with our Diggersby in the beginning, but we pull off so many clutch wins. Let's get it up against Legends and other people too. Let's see what we have going on here. And we're going to be using Sableye, as a matter of fact. I figured out later on, I was like, you know what? I need a little something against flyers. Frostlass seems to fit the bill with the ghost typing, not taking super effective from fighting, and we needed a little bit of that. And well, that's what we're going to do. With that said, let's get into the commentary here up against the Sableye. This is actually a pretty decent matchup. The foul play is neutral, the return is neutral, and the Shadow Claw is not very effective, so you're not going to be taking much damage in that regard because of your normal typing. Also, you being ground with the Diggersby. Such an awesome Pokemon here. Going to go ahead and go for the Fire Punch and take him out with a quick move. Looking good. No shields used. Coming in and taking us out instantly with Machamp. So I throw in my Victreebel, they bring in their Hypno, and then I swap into my Sableye, and this is basically GG's. We're looking, you already know what it is. Perfect matchup here. So we're going to go ahead and let that charge move go through, seeing that the Confusions are doing very little damage over there. That is a Shadow Hypno, so it is doing extra damage. Take note of that. The Confusions typically don't do as much as you're seeing here up against a Sableye. Going for another Ice Punch. We're going to go ahead and shield that one up and farm down. Now, I know the Dark move Foul Play is not very effective to Machamp, but this is Great League, and it is also a Shadow, the Machamp. So it's still going to be taking a lot of damage, as you're going to see from this Foul Play here. And then we can go ahead and bring in Victreebel and just sweep them up with the Shadow Razor Leaf. And here we go. If you're like, whoa, Poke, why are you using Shadow Vic? I mean, why not? Who cares? Right? It's Shadow Vic for sure. It's not like I'm using Shadow Vic, Charmuser, and Registeel, right? So, yeah, okay. Anyways, into the next one, we're met with a bad lead up against Jellicent. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Victreebel. And this thing is absolutely dominating the Remix Cup for up against some Pokemon, right? Not everything. So they go into their Nidoqueen, and we're still in a good position. Not taking, we're not taking resisted all the way damage from the poison, but it's not super effective because of our poison typing. And being Shadow, we went down quick, but we're able to absolutely wreck them. So this is, okay. We still have the Sableye to take on the Jellicent, so got to keep that in mind. Also, the Earthquake does a lot of damage to it. So they're bringing in Obstagoon here. We're put in a very bad position because Sableye is not necessarily going to be great up against it. Return does a lot of damage. And Foul Play actually does okay up against it, as long as you bring it down low enough, right? But it is surely going to be hurting you. So they're farming us down, and I'm thinking, okay, well, this is a loss, all right? But it's not over until it's over, so let's see what we have going on. I'm going to let that Night Slash go through, still holding on to our last shield, getting to the Foul Play. As you're going to see here, it still does plenty of damage. Not very effective. Taking them out. In comes the Jellicent, and we're looking pretty good. So long as we use that shield correctly, we should be able to pull the win on this one here. We're getting the last shield, which is, as expected. And we're going to let this go through, calling the Bubble Beam. Let's go. You like that? All right. Get into the foul play as they get to the next Bubble Beam. But we save that shield for this exact occasion. And we're going to go ahead and hit that charge move and take the win with our Purified Sableye XL. So yes, it is XL, and they did close out their app. It happens. I get it. All right. So we have two XLs, the Diggersby and the Sableye. And then, like we said later on, we're going to switch out that Sableye for Frostlass here. I just found it to mold to the team a little bit better. So we have a Nidoqueen lead with our Diggersby. This is just fantastic. This is just, you already know. Yeah, Earth Power is going to hurt. So they lowered our defense, and then they swapped into Jellicent to catch the charge move, which we're throwing Fire Punch. So that's, you know, pretty good on their end. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our Sableye. We could go with the Shadow Victreebel, but I just decided to go with the Sableye here. And we're going to be able to almost take them out. Are you kidding me? And I'm pretty sure this is a Shadow Ball too. Oh, it's an Ice Beam. Okay, that's right. So we're letting it go through, still holding on to our shield, and at a good amount of health as well. They're bringing in Whiscash, and at this point, I'm like, hey, well, it's over. All right, yeah, it's over. We're going to be bringing in the Victreebel, and you already know what it is. So they're swapping to catch this, and okay, that's fine. Still going to do neutral damage to the Nidoqueen, and I was contemplating, what should I do? All right, let's go ahead and swap and go for the Fire Punch here. And I was thinking, you know, we're going to use the Shadow Victreebel. We're going to absolutely dominate the backline here. But watch what happens. They go to Bait City, and I'm like, nah, I'm not shielding this. I'm not using a single shield. I got two, but I'm saving them for the Victreebel. So yeah. And they keep going with it, thinking I might use a shield, and they're like, okay. And they back out at that point, so... Good game. Into the next one here, we're going to be seeing a Quillfish, and this is interesting. It's okay. So what's the deal is they're going to be able to spam the super effective Aqua Tails a lot faster. You're going to be able to get to Earthquake, right? That's obvious given. But you're going to still be able to put on the pressure with those shields here. So we're getting a shield, which is great. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Sableye. We don't want to reveal the Victreebel quite yet. They're bringing in an Obstagoon. Since they've already used a shield, I don't think they're going to be too obligated to use one up against this return here. Fantastic. Landing that return, doing some massive damage. As you can see, this is one of the reasons why you kind of want return on your Sableye. It's going up against these other Dark-type Pokemon here. It's just going to be doing so much damage. So we are going to go ahead and let this Night Slash go through. It's going to be able to take us out. So we could go in here with Victreebel and just demolish them. I think that's the plan before they can get to a charge move. Fantastic. They are down a shield. We're up one, and they're coming in with Cresselia. Okay, perfect. This is the battle I wanted to showcase to you. Don't underestimate your Pokemon, and you got to always think out these battles. So I realized it at this moment. I was thinking, okay, well, no. It was right here when I used my first shield. And at that point, I was like, wait a minute, what did I just do? Why am I double shielding this freaking thing with no health up against a Quillfish? Well, why? We have a Victreebel in the back that has two shields. We could Razor Leaf through these quick moves that are doing virtually very little damage. Psycho Cut's super effective, but still not going to be super threatening to the point versus Razor Leaf Shadow and two shields. We could have won. Simple. But, you know, you live and you learn. You make mistakes sometimes, but I wanted to include this just to show you, you know. If you make a mistake, you know, don't throw your phone. It's okay. All right, so at this point, this is a lost game. But you can totally see if we saved both of those shields, it would have been a certain win. But good game to my opponent nonetheless. Anyways, into the next battle here. Let's see what we're going to be met with. It's another Diggersby. So we're leading Diggersby the entire time, okay? So how is this going to work out? Very interesting. Let's see how we kind of maneuver around this situation here. We're going to let that first Earthquake go through. Yeah, no problem. And then we're going to go ahead and hit ours after building up a little bit of extra energy here. Maybe trying to sneak in a quick move that is not actually a mechanic. We're going to go ahead and go for another Earthquake here. And we're going to probably get a shield. There we go. Beautiful. Now they're going to probably try to mirror what we just did. Or, I mean, you know, their own game plan, but they're going for Fire Punch, and good call that we let it go through. So at this point, it's all Fire Punches from them. So what we're going to do is just simply build up to Earthquake, or they're going to swap into Charizard, and we're going to go with Earthquake. And this is, you know, it's flying, but it's still fire, so good damage. Swapping into our Sableye here, still no Frostlass. This would have been, it's still an okay matchup. We're taking a lot of damage from the fire for sure, but we're still dishing out decent damage too with the ice typing. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and finish them off there. They're bringing their own Sableye, and we're absolutely loaded up on energy here, so this is just perfect. Getting first foul play through. We're going to go ahead and go for another one here. and really put it on the pressure, taking out their Sableye. In comes that Diggersby. We're just going to keep going here, and this is basically in the bag. We still have the Shadow Victreebel in the back. I mean, we're going to go ahead and swap into it now, take them out with the Shadow Razor Leaves, and take the win with the shield left. Looking good, folks. Let's keep it going. Oh, did I mention I got 3 5-0s with this team? So here is the beginning of the garbage leads. It just kept on happening. Now, I know I've talked about how you can potentially manipulate the algorithm with the Pokemon that you do have in the back. And that is, you know, it holds true. It's not like a 100%, you're going to get a good lead. And I'm not going to tell you all the details unless you did hear me talk about that before. But yeah, pretty much, I just didn't want to alter this team. And this is the counter it kept giving me in the front. So we're going to have to just work with it. Trying to come back from it. We're going to go ahead and bring in the Victreebel here. And they're going for a Night Slash, hoping I can Razor Leaf down. Oh yeah, no problem. So we do have the Acid Spray, and they're bringing in a Nidoqueen. We're going to go ahead and go for it. Let's see if they want to shield this up. If they don't, then that's not good. Okay, perfect. So now we're doing more damage here, but now we're going to have to commit to a shield. Do we do that? I don't think so. We're going to just let it go and bring in our next Pokemon, but they're going to instantly swap into their Jellicent here in a shieldless opponent, which Sableye is going to absolutely demolish this thing. And since we do resist poison as well, we're going to be pretty well off up against the Nidoqueen too. So yeah, we're looking great, folks. Shielding up the Shadow Ball correctly. An Earth Power is not going to be able to take us out at this range here, especially because they're not Shadow. So we're going to go ahead and hit this Foul Play here. And one more Shadow Claw takes the win. Alright, let's keep it going. If you do enjoy my videos, give it a thumbs up. Let's see what this legend has to offer me. Okay, they have a good lead. Sounds good to me. So for all those people out there that say they can make a recovery from a bad lead, let's see what they have to say about this one. And not only the bad lead, but they're going to have a counter swap as well. So we're going to go ahead and let that go through. Going for the Earthquake here up against that Obstagoon. Letting it go through. Sounds good to me. And they're going to be able to beat us to the next charge move. Of course, we're going to let this go through. And it is going to be a cross chop, unfortunately, and we're not able to hit that fire punch. So what do we do now? Bring in a Victreebel and Razor Leaf down. Let's get it. So they're going to probably have a counter to this, and it is going to be a Drifblim. So not only did they have a counter to my Diggersby, but they have a counter to my second Pokemon, which is going to be this Drifblim here. So yeah, you know what it is. Let's Poké sucks, right? So we're gonna go ahead and swap, and we're gonna bring in the Sableye. They're swapping into a Quillfish, and well, this is looking pretty okay. Did you see the Razor Leaf damage up against the Drifblim? Yeah. Who cares about low defense? People who are so strict upon the IVs, you do you. All right. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and go for the Foul Play here, taking out that Quilly. In comes the Drifblim, which is literally living a nightmare at this point. Will we KO or will it KO? Oh, they're taking us out. Oh boy, how are we gonna do this, folks? Oh, I know. Razor Leaf down that Drifblim. Let's get it into the next battle. We have another shiny Diggersby. Let's see what they have to offer us here. And this is pretty interesting because we both still do have 2 shields and full health. So they're going to go straight for the Earthquake, which is expected. And we're going to be building up a little bit of extra energy ourselves and going for it as well. Now, a lot of people with their XL Diggersby are going to have lower attack. Mine has just lower attack than the other IVs that it does have, but it could potentially be higher than most that I encounter. This isn't the best stat product IV XL Diggersby that you're going to want, but I don't care. It's shiny. Let's go. And it's 1500. Are you kidding me? Frostlass, and we bring in our good old trusty purified Sableye. This is looking absolutely fantastic. We're going to go ahead and shield up that Avalanche here and build up to the Foul Play. A little bit extra, just a little bit extra. We're going to get them out of here. And they have a Wigglytuff in the back. As much as I wanted to go for that return, not happening. And this is where Shadow Victreebel is going to be coming in extremely handy. This is one of the main reasons why I do have it. But not only that, to protect us from also those annoying pesky water-type spammers. So we're going to go ahead and go for, well, I'm talking about Whiscash, right? So they're bringing in their Diggersby, and this is history, right? I'm going to go ahead and shield this up. Fire Punch and a G's. Let's keep it going here, folks. What are we going to see? And it is a Mandibuzz. Another horrible lead. Do you see all this? Do you see it? That's okay. Because this team, it's just so good. And I urge you, give it a shot and see what you could do with it. It brought me up quite a bit. Now, this is the thing here. When we test out different teams, we're going to be fluctuating with our score. And this is why we say we don't care about it. And I don't. But if I continue on using this team, I certainly will rise up pretty fast. It was doing good, but now that I've shown it on the video here and the gameplay and the way I use it, it's probably not going to be as effective as I was before, but hey, still a pretty good team for you to use because not everybody is going to be watching these videos, right? So, you know, never mind. I'll stop. I'll stop right where I was going to say something. So we're just going to continue on here. This is a very slow and boring, drawn-out battle that we're not going to win. They swap. So there we go. There is our win con condition already. So they're bringing in a Stunfisk here, which, you know, we're going to go ahead and use that shield. And they still have 2. I know what? I guess I should have used it because this second one would have taken me out here. So it makes sense. And then when they do bring in, I would expect to be the Mandibuzz, right? How are we going to do this, right? This is crazy. So they have a Mawile. Oh, boy, yeah. They have a, it's not Shadow, but it's a Fire Fang Mawile. You got to give them props. I have to give them props for this. So I think this is why I remember I left this in here. Yeah, we go ahead and catch with our Diggersby just to try to recover any little bit of health, because the Diggersby at this point is, you know, not useless, but it's not going to be what we really need right now. Taking out the Mawile, and, well, it's going to come down to them having more shields. They saved them for the end, and resisting our dark moves is not going to be great for us. It's not like we can get to a return here or something, because they're obviously going to be shielding these up. But I did want to make sure that they used a shield so they weren't going to 2-shield flex me. As a matter of fact, we're going to take both of their shields. No 2-shield flex around here. Get out of here with that. All right, and barely surviving. We're going to go ahead and let them take us out without using my shield. We're going to go ahead and do that for them. Alrighty, let's keep this this crazy train going here. So we're going to be met with a Mantine, another horrible lead. How do you like this, huh? This is just going to show you the testament of how good this team is and how much of a recovery you can make. Now, if you're going to throw out, well, fire will destroy you. Like, yeah, well, I'll figure out a workaround. We'll figure it out, something like that. Because if you could look at a team and always say, well, that's going to destroy it. But if you go in blind, you don't know what's in the back, you don't know what to do, right? You don't know what's there. Anyway, it's just, those kind of comments are silly because I'm well aware that it is weak to fire. Anyways, we're going to shield this aerial ace up. And get to another avalanche here, looking good. They're not swapping, so there's something. Their backline's probably not necessarily wanting to see this Frostlass here. So let's see what they're going to be pulling out. A Machamp. Okay, well there's the first one that's not going to want to see a Frostlass. We're going to go ahead and bring out Victreebel here, have a little fun. Now I do shield this up. Unfortunately, it is going to be a cross chop, but hey, it is what it is, and they have a Diggersby in the back. So technically, I think that was a good idea. So we swap into ours here. Just, you know, to preserve the Victreebel, because we have no more shields. A Fire Punch is going to KO, right? Simple as that. They have a shield left. We need to put on pressure. That Machamp does not quite have a second cross chop ready to go. I didn't hit all those because I wanted to not take them out. I could have just went for Fire Punch, but we've got a shield anyway, so perfecto. They're going for Earthquake. We're going to be able to actually... I didn't want to take them out. So if you're wondering why did you just... Because Machamp will come in and farm us down, and then it'll get energy and then take the win. But they swap. We have enough energy to go for Fire Punch. Swap into Victreebel and go with the charge move and take the win. Ah, man, I love this team. Let's get it. Remix Cup has been pretty good to me so far. Well, it has been pretty horribly hard countered. Look, a freaking Poliwrath Shadow. Are you kidding me, man? Like, hard countered every single game until I did do my next set in the next day, which you're going to see here, because this is a continuation going on into the next day that you will see. And that was a weird way to explain that, right? So we're going to be shielding up the Muck there. We're going to go ahead and go for the Ancient Power. Get it together, Poke, the Avalanche. All right. And what do we do? Shield this up? Nah, we'll let it go. I know we had Charge Move, but it's not worth using the shield right now. Could have, should have, would have, maybe. But we're just going to go ahead and bring in Diggersby here because, well, the poison's not very effective. And, well, they're just going to be forced to go with the Dark Pulse. So what we're going to do is build up a little bit of extra energy here. And then go for the Fire Punch and hoping that this will KO the Muck. If not, just one more quick move. Okay, it does. Thank goodness. Now we're built up on energy. They are shieldless. So what are they going to be bringing in? Poliwrath are going to swap into our Vic. And they have an Obstagoon. So this is an interesting situation. So... calculating instantly as I'm battling, and I'm thinking, well, we're not going to be able to take this thing out and then actually take out Poliwrath because it has energy. So what's going to happen here? They're going to Ice Punch us. Down we go. So what are we going to do now? Go for Earthquake and take the win? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, that's exactly the game plan. So we go for that Earthquake, take them out, and take the win. Bad lead, yet again, pulling off the win. Into the next battle. Let's see what we're going to be met with. And it is going to be an Obstagoon, another horrible lead. So that's fine. Like I've said before, having bad leads and showcasing these teams like that is probably the best way to showcase it. If I had good leads, good counters, good swaps, what's like, oh man, this guy's so skilled, yeah, yeah, so skilled. But if I had horrible leads, horrible swaps, it's gonna show you the skill pull through. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and let this Night Slash go through, and very good. So they were trying to get the boost, maybe thought I might, I don't know, shield up or something. Maybe they thought they could take me out, but we're gonna have them use a shield, which is great. This is really good. So bringing in the Victreebel, they bring in a Beedrill, and we're going to go ahead and swap into our Frostlass here. We're already put in a great position. Since we do have 2 shields, I do decide to shield up this. Figure it might have been a drill run, so good call on my end. We do resist the poison. We don't need to worry about the bug. Going for an Avalanche here. We're getting their last shield. This is looking great. Do decide, I think we let this go? Yeah, we let it go. And we're going to be able to get to another Avalanche after building up extra energy. And wow, I've been stopping to listen to the recording of my voice here just to make sure everything's crisp and clear. Ever since I got this sound foam put up around my recording area, holy cow, the recordings sound great. And it's weird because it's usually like an input from connections causing the audio disturbance. But putting up these things on the wall just made it sound great. I don't want to keep jinxing this, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Anyways, we won that last battle, and we're met with a good lead for once. They're swapping into Hitmonchan, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our Frostlass here. We have to worry about Fire Punch, so we do shield up the first one, and it is going to be a Thunder Punch. Now, they could have Thunder Punch in like close combat, so I'm thinking that's what they're going to have, so we're going to let this next one go through. It is another Thunder Punch, no problem, perfect. They still have 2 shields. Going to go ahead and build up quite a bit of energy, getting off our first Avalanche here, getting a shield from them, and this is why we built up 2, in case they try to shield this one up. They want a double shield, well, by all means, be my guest, and also throw your energy too. Yeah, that sounds really good to me. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring in Victreebel because, you know, Miss Chungus doesn't want to go up against a fighter over there. So we're farming it down, of course. They're bringing in that Beedrill, and I'm like thinking like, okay, what's going to be in the back? And it's, of course, a counter, Jellicent. So we're going to go straight for the Earthquake here. We still have a shield, so it's not all lost. But I'm thinking, wait a minute. This thing's got Shadow Ball and usually Bubble Beam. What do I need to worry about? Like, Ice Beam is also strong against us, but it's not threatening. But they don't have Ice Beam, so this is still an okay matchup. This is why Diggersby is pretty good. So we're taking him out. Whoa, not quite taking him out. Now we're taking him out. Building up our energy too. Getting to the Fire Punch. Oh, swapping. Oh, okay. So what I wanted to do here is catch. Good. Have them use their energy. Perfect. And then go back in here. Reset our stats. No debuff from Bubble Beam. Go for the Fire Punch. We have 2. Getting off 1. Beautiful. Getting off 2. Great. And we're taking the win with our new shiny bunny. Let's get it. Okay, into the next one here, folks. If you haven't hit that like button, make sure you do so. It really does help me out. We're met with a good lead. Finally, this is the next day I'm talking about. The tables have turned. So they're swapping into their Mantine, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our Victreebel. Fearing an Ice Beam here. Felt like that was a bit quick for it, but still didn't want to take the chances. And we're going to go ahead and get off our Razor Leaf. They're part flying, but it doesn't matter. They're also part water. And, well, this is a Shadow Victreebel. It doesn't care what you are, right? So we're going to go ahead and take this Ice Beam, unfortunately. We don't want to burn up 2 shields. So what we can do now is just bring in the Frostlass. We're going to go ahead and farm this thing all the way down to Funky Town. And let this go through because we know it's Ice Beam and Bubble Beam. If they want to lower our attack, that's perfectly fine. No problem at all. What we're going to do is get these off. It's still going to hurt the Whiscash quite a bit. And we're going to have to reset the Frostlass at some point in time here. So we're going to try to swap in a second and bring... Well, I think we actually go the distance here. We just let them throw their moves. I think that's what we... Yeah, we're just going to let them do that here. All right. And swapping into our big Chungus. Or should I say Miss Chungus because it's a female. And then we're going to farm down. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And what's going to be here? Oh, a Nidoqueen. So we're going to go straight Earthquake. We're not even going to mess around here. Maybe expecting a Fire Punch. We get that through. And the Mantine comes in. Well, we're just going to Fire Punch and this is it. I mean, it's not very effective, but you already know. GG's taking the win. Let's keep it going here, folks. What an awesome team. Love it. Into the next one here, we have a legend from this season. Ooh, boy, they probably dropped during Go Battle night. Just trying to get it over with. Or maybe helping people. I would assume that they don't care about that. I can't. Let's just say that they dropped their score during Go Battle Night to get their Stardust, period. So, lead. What is this? Stunfisk. This is good. This is really good because we have Earthquake. They're electric and ground. Their Mud Bombs, they're adding up, but it's not as threatening as our Earthquake. They're swapping into, what was that, Whiscash? Oh, Wigglytuff. Okay, well, great. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Victreebel after getting off that Earthquake. It's not going to take too many Razor Leafs to take them out. They're down a shield. What you going to bring back in here? What's it going to be? It is going to be the Stunfisk. So I'm very interested as to what's in the back at this point, if they're bringing this in here. So I kind of want to take it out, and I kind of want to shield it. They're letting it go, so I'm thinking, okay, so they're bringing in Nidoqueen. And at this point, well, it's a GG, so we're just going to let it go through. We've done a ton of damage with the Razor Leaf already. We still have Frostlass. We still have Diggersby. I don't even want to show my third Pokemon, to be honest. We're just going to go in here and just go straight for the Fire Punch. And no shield. Okay, sounds good to me. At least they're putting up a fight and they're not quitting right away. That is commendable for sure, especially coming from somebody who's reached Legend rank. You know, some of them have an ego. So for them to stay here is pretty awesome. So good game. 1-to-1 shield at the end. Let's go. Into the next battle here. What are we going to see? It is going to be a Hypno. So this is... It's okay, right? It's not the best. It's not the worst. If they have, I don't know, Ice Punch, not great. If they have Focus Blast, well, that's an obvious no good too. But this is an interesting one. I'm pretty sure they have, well, I know what they have. They have Shadow Ball and Thunder Punch. So they go Shadow Ball, and I use a shield, and I'm thinking, okay, that was either a misclick, or they have Thunder Punch too. So we're not going to shield anything else. I'm getting off an Earthquake. They're letting it go through. They're like, yeah, we got a shield out of a not very effective charge, but it sounds good to me. So now they're just throwing that to do chip damage. We're going to farm down here. Fantastic. Little voice crackle. Let's go. I'm going to go for the Earthquake here and do some nice damage to Hitmonchan. They're still letting it go through. And at this point, they stopped. I don't know if they stopped attacking or it's a visual thing or they're just like stunned like, you know what? I just lost. I let that Earthquake go through. You're going to experience that again. So we're going to go straight for Shadow Ball. Maybe they're expecting Avalanche. They're like, wait a minute. This guy's not baiting. Wait a minute. You know that weird meme video? All right. Anyways, into the next one here. It's like that Vaporwave thing. We have a Wigglytuff. This is not particularly the worst or the best. That Charm, it's doing a lot of damage. But we're Miss Chungus. So we don't really care too much about that. We're starting to care a little bit. All right, we're in the yellow. We care a little bit. But we got shields, so great. So we're going to go ahead and shield at this Ice Beam and go for another Earthquake here. And then we're just going to, I think, just let them farm us down at this point. We might swap. Oh, yep, we swap. Because that thing might come in handy. So we're going to go ahead and farm down with Frostlass. Great. And they have an Empoleon, and I'm thinking, oh boy, this is not the worst either because we do have Victreebel. Okay, going to go for Shadow Ball, getting their last shield, which is great. And they're going to kind of be forced to throw here because we were going to be able to get to another Shadow Ball. Would have done a big damage. They don't want to take that damage, so they're going to go ahead and take us out. But how much damage does Victreebel do? Let's see. They swap into a Jellicent. They have two waters, and they're like, ah, good game. Alrighty, Victreebel. Let's get it. Gotta love that Shadow. I don't use it too often, so I'm not like abusing this thing all the time. So we're met with a Superior. We're going to instantly swap into Frostlass here, because we don't want to be matched up with it against our Diggersby. You know, technically it's not the worst because you do have Fire Punch, right? It's not, you know, you're not going to be in a comfortable position, but you're going to be able to have pressure. They go for Leaf Tornado and get a shield out of me, swapping into Whiscash, and this is good. This is very good. All right, so what we're going to do is just, I think, just let everything go through, and then we'll just come in with our Victreebel, and hopefully they have a little something to take care of that. Otherwise, they're going to be in a whole lot of trouble, if you know what I mean. And we do have that Diggersby to potentially go up against Fires with Earthquake. And you see how much damage it did to Charizard, so it's not completely vulnerable. Frostlass, if we're going up against a Fire Flying like Charizard, once again, you're going to be able to do a lot of damage with Avalanche and Frost Breath, or Powdered Snow. Wow. All right, anyways, we're going up against the Superior, just digging in with our Razor Leaf. Just doing the damage. Going for the Leaf Blade. I don't even care. We don't need to get off an Acid Spray. Get in the shield. That's fine. Going for a Frenzy. Shielding that one up. That's good, good, good. They have a Frostlass in the back. Doesn't resist grass. We're going to go straight for the Leaf Blade here. Swap into our Diggersby and go for the Fire Punch. You like that? Nice and clutch. And then we're going to be able to take them out. If you did enjoy this video, folks, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Turn notifications on. And Poke, what's going on? Why do you not make, update videos, like talking about how to prepare? All prepare videos are almost the same, folks. Okay, you collect items, you get ready for what's about to happen, and you go have some fun, right? I don't need to make 7 of those a week. Thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time.
So you're finally here! Fantastic!